This is going to be a dark one, possibly a rant. Have you seen these videos where there's a drone and the drone has a camera and it follows some Russian soldier, and then it lands on the soldier or drops the bomb, and the bomb explodes and the soldier dies? You can find those videos on the internet, and they are even distributed by mainstream media. And if you see in the comments there, you will see comments like, "Oh, the Russian got what he deserved, ha ha ha." And there are people who think that this is funny. It's almost like this is a fun game to them, a fun game to watch. And I have something to say to those people. What the f is wrong with you? That person who died was someone's son, possibly someone's husband, a brother. It was a human being. Most likely someone who never asked to be there in the first place. I am going to talk about hate and racism in this video. I'm going to talk about how we are now witnessing dehumanizing of Russians. We are seeing it every day, especially in mainstream media. And it makes me sick, and it's disgusting. So the other day I was at this and at one point I happened to be standing next to a correspondent in Ukraine, and the things he said shocked me, because it was pure racism. For instance, he said, and I quote, "Most Russians are not nice people." He said that. This dehumanizing of Russians is dangerous, and it needs to stop. Have these people learned nothing from history? Apparently not. So what comes after the dehumanizing of a nation or a ethnic group? What follows? I can tell you. Violence, torture, death, persecution. The whole point with the dehumanizing is to make it so that normal people will be willing to do those horrible things to that group. Now, what I'm saying here has nothing to do with the political situation in Ukraine and Russia. This is about morals, ethics. This is about right and wrong. And I'm telling you, this dehumanizing and racism needs to stop. And we need to call these people out who are promoting that kind of thinking or lack of thinking. It makes me sick, and it's disgusting. Needless to say, someone reporting from areas like Ukraine now, they need to try to be objective. I know it must be difficult when you're in the middle of the whole conflict, but at least they must try. And this person I met, this correspondent, He was just hateful and subjective. And as usual with people in the mainstream media, especially the journalists, they think that they are better than you. Now, of course, a message like this one will not be popular on this platform. It's not a popular message. It is a message of peace, actually. And in this upside down world, that's wrong now. You shouldn't talk about that. You shouldn't promote peace. No. You should it is upside down. It is insane. But you can help this video reach more people by writing a comment and like the video if you like it. And also, if you really like this video, you can consider subscribing to this channel. Another thing that I have noticed is that the people who are now promoting the racism, hatred and dehumanizing of Russians tend to be the same people who were promoting isolation and even imprisonment of people who refuse to have the, you know what, the thing in the shoulder. Again, the dehumanizing of a group. They did that back then. Now, I'm not vaccinated, and I felt how they were dehumanizing people like me. And they were calling for, well, imprisonment and fines and lots of terrible stuff. And now they have found another group that they can hate: Russians. And there is something wrong with people like that. And I think what's going on there is that these people, they can only feel good about themselves when they have someone to hate. And I refuse to buy into the propaganda. I refuse to buy into this bullshit that we see in mainstream media every day. I'm looking forward to going back to Russia. People there are generally very nice, and they have this very rich and extremely interesting culture and history. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And we just need to keep calling these people out who are promoting hatred, racism and the dehumanizing of other people, because it's not right. And I think it's our duty to call them out. It's our duty to speak up about this. Yes, if I didn't say so already, it got a bit dark here in this video. I'm just up here in the old forest cave and watching the rain. The snow is melting now, and I'm hoping for an early spring. I want to finish this video with a message to Russians out there who might be watching this video here. There is propaganda in your country. There is propaganda in my country. But we can see through that. And we must see through that. And if in Russia the propaganda is telling you that people in the West hate Russians, it's not true. We do not all here in the West hate Russians. I mean, we will not listen to the propaganda. We will think for ourselves, and we won't buy into it, okay? So now I should say something in Russian, I guess, but I don't speak Russian. I'm sorry. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, and if you liked this video, please consider subscribing. There will also be some videos that you will pop up here on the end screen that might interest you. And okay, stay strong out there.